Good evening. So we have here a 1965 Lincoln Continental, which is on consignment here at Rare Exotic Vehicles. This car is a survivor. It has been repainted, which was done back in the 80s. Mostly original chrome, bright work, interior's all original. It was in New Jersey, however, it's not suffering from any particularly bad rust that you would expect from a car up north. In fact, it's really got no rust underneath to speak of. There are a couple spots on the body that have been patched in the past, but we'll show you those. The paint could use a little cut and polish. Hasn't been done in 30 plus years. The rear bumper is showing some little wear. This is mainly just due to age, beside the scratch in the corner. All the bright work around the rear tail lamp is in pretty exceptional shape. You got a little dent right here. I'm sure that can be pulled out by a paintless dent removal company. The body is really straight. One of the areas I mentioned that was patched is down here. It's the same on the other side. The hubcaps here are in really great shape. All that black paint still mostly there. It's got 1-year-old skinny white radials on it. Chrome around the headlamps is in really great shape. The grille, all the bright work. Front bumper is in better shape than the rear bumper. Very little pitting or oxidation on the front bumper. As is common with a lot of these 65 Lincoln Continentals, the hood panel does have some little bits of bubbling. I've had others of these cars that do the same thing for some reason. These cars do tend to bubble up on the hood and on the rear trunk lid, the deck lid as well. And this car does have that. This right here is sort of along the seam on the body where they use lead to mate the body panels. Again, not on the hood, just a defect. This area here by the rear window, a little bit texturized. You can see on the trunk here some of those little bubbles. A couple of them have popped. You can see that over here. They flattened out. The rear badge has some pitting in it. But again, this car has just 83,700 original miles. And it is a survivor. It's not been restored really whatsoever, besides the paint job, which was done prior to the current owner's possession of the car. He bought the car in '93. He, again, is the third owner. This car was purchased new in Madison, New Jersey. It's Madison Gray. And the current owner's name is William, as was the second owner and as was the first owner, which is kind of a unique story. This car tends to like to be owned by Williams. But this interior, this unusual red leather interior, is in really great shape. And this car does have some nice options. It's got the power quarter window smoking windows. The power windows all work up and down. I'm going to do the back ones first, and then I'll show you the fronts. Push the right button. You can see the driver goes up as well. They operate very quickly. The mirror control works. The power door locks work. I'll show you that once I get the car on. The headliner has no sagging, no holes from rodents or insects. The vanity lights in the rear are both illuminating. You can tell a car's got original miles mainly just by how clear the dash looks. Generally, if they've been garage kept, all of these dash components look nearly good as new, and the dash pad is not cracked at all. A lot of these cars, the shifter lever gets a little mushy. This car definitely still feels like you can tell if you're in reverse, neutral, drive, or park. Currently, we have the e-brake depressed. If you put the car in gear, this is supposed to pop up from vacuum. And it still works. You can see the wipers work. And they are interval wipers, one of the unique features of the Continental, vacuum controlled interval wipers. The horn works, all 3 buttons. The power antenna does work. I'm told by the owner that the FM/AM town and country radio is functional. However, there is a piece of plastic that, or a rod, a connecting rod in here that would normally allow you to get straight down into the radio. That piece is broken, so this knob just basically turns and turns, doesn't do anything. And so in order to get the radio to function like it should, you'll need to take it apart and fix that lever there. Vacuum door locks, we're gonna go down and up. You can see that again on this side. They are working. Blower motor works. This car was originally equipped with air conditioning, but it's still running R12. The owner does have some R12 that he's used to refill the car in the not so distant past, but it did leak back out, so there's probably an O-ring or something in the AC system where it's leaking and needs to be touched up. But the compressor is not seized, the belt's still on it, it's working fine. The engine runs super smooth. Speedo, odometer all work. Stays nice and cool in traffic. All of this chrome along the windshield is in really great shape. The sun visor is in really great shape. Whoop. Mirror doesn't have any fading, delamination. Glove box. Now this car does have the New Jersey inspection sticker stating the miles when it was last inspected, which I believe was in 1988. At 74,037 miles. Currently we're sitting at 83,791. So this car really hasn't been driven more than about, well, what is that? 3,000 miles a year. It's been routinely maintained. It does have new brakes, new shocks. Valve cover gaskets have been replaced. It's not leaking much oil. I mean, it does drip a little bit like any old car would, but engine's running nice and smooth. Anyhow, really appreciate you watching this long if you have been. If you have been, you know how special this car is, and it certainly will make its new owner very happy. That back seat hasn't been sat in much in well over 40 years, so as you can tell, it's in really great shape. So thanks so much. Visit rareexoticvehicles.com for more information. Feel free to call us, email us, text us. This car is currently available for purchase. Have a good day.